Hello friends, welcome to the another video of safety of KUKA robot. Let's continue with the terms used in the product. Stop 0, stop 1 and stop 2 are the stop definitions according to EN 602041 2006. And the terms are axis range and the description range of each axis in axis or millimeters within which it may move. The axis range must be defined for each axis. Stopping distance. Stopping distance is equal to reaction distance plus braking distance. The stopping distance is part of the danger zone. Workspace. The manipulator is allowed to move within its workspace. The workspace is derived from the individual axis ranges. Operator user. The user of the industrial robot can be management, employer or delegated person responsible for use of the industrial robot. Danger zone. The danger zone consists of the workspace and the stopping distance. Service life. The service life of a safety relevant component begins at the time of delivery of the component to the customer. The service life is not affected by whether the component is used in a robot controller or elsewhere or not, as safety relevant components are also subject to aging during storage. KCP. The KCP is KUKA control panel. Each pendant has all the operator control and display functions required for operating and programming the industrial robot. The KCP variant for the KRC4 is called KUKA SmartPad. The general term KCP, however, is generally used in this documentation. Manipulator. The robot arm and the associated electrical installations. Safety zone. The safety zone is situated outside the danger zone. Safe operational stop. The safe operational stop is a standstill monitoring function. It does not stop the robot motion, but monitors whether the robot axes are stationary. If these are moved during the safe operational stop, a safety stop. The safe operational stop can also be triggered externally. When a safe operational stop is triggered, the robot controller sets an output to the field bus. The output is set even if not all the axes were stationary at the time of triggering, thereby causing a safety stop 0 to be triggered. Safety stop 0, a stop that is triggered and executed by the safety controller. The safety controller immediately switches off the drives and the power supply to the brakes. Note, this stop is called safety stop 0 in this document. Safety stop 1, a stop that is triggered and monitored by the safety controller. The braking process is performed by the non-safety oriented part of the robot controller and monitored by the safety controller. As soon as the manipulator is at a standstill, the safety controller switches off the drives and the power supply to the brakes. When a safety stop 1 is triggered, the robot controller sets an output to the field bus. The safety stop 1 can also be triggered externally. Note, this stop is called safety stop 1 in this document. Safety stop 2, a stop that is triggered and monitored by the safety controller. The braking process is performed by the non-safety oriented part of the robot controller and monitored by the safety controller. The drives remain activated and the brakes released. As soon as the manipulator is at a standstill, a safe operational stop is triggered. When a safety stop 2 is triggered, the robot controller sets an output to the field bus. The safety stop 2 can also be triggered externally. This stop is called safety stop 2 in this document. Stop category 0. The drives are deactivated immediately and the brakes are applied. The manipulator, any external access, perform path oriented braking. This stop category is called stop 0 in this document. Stop category 1. The manipulator and any external access perform path maintaining braking. The drives are deactivated after 1S and the brakes are applied. This stop category is called stop 1 in this document. Stop category 2. The drives are not deactivated and the brakes are not applied. The manipulator and any external access are braked with a path maintaining braking ramp. This stop category is called stop 2 in this document. System integrator, plant integrator. System integrator are people who safely integrate the industrial robot into a complete system and commission it. T1. Test mode manual reduced velocity less than or equal to 250 mm per second. T2. Test mode manual high velocity greater than 250 mm per second permissible. External axis, motion axis which is not part of the manipulator but which is controlled using the robot controller. Example, KUKA linear unit, turn tilt table and Posiflex. Next, personal. The following persons or groups of persons are defined for the industrial robot: user and personnel. All persons working with the industrial robot must have read and understood the industrial robot documentation, including the safety chapter. User. The user must observe the labor laws and regulations. This includes, example, the user must comply with his monitoring obligations. Second, the user must carry out instructions at defined intervals. Personnel. Personnel must be instructed before any work is commenced in the type of work involved and what exactly it entails, as well as any hazards which may exist. Instruction must be carried out regularly. Instruction is also required after particular incidents or technical modifications. Personnel includes system integrator, operators subdivided into startup maintenance and service personnel, and operating personnel and cleaning personnel. Installation, exchange, adjustment, operation, maintenance and repair must be performed only as specified in the operating or assembly instructions for the relevant component of the industrial robot and only by personnel specifically trained for this purpose. System integrator. The industrial robot is safely integrated into a complete system by the system integrator. The system integrator is responsible for the following tasks: installing the industrial robot, connecting the industrial robot, performing risk assessment, implementing the required safety functions and safeguards, issuing the declaration of conformity, attaching the CE mark, creating the operating instructions for the complete system. Operator. The operator must meet the following preconditions. The operator must be trained for the work to be carried out. Work on the industrial robot must only be carried out by qualified personnel. These are people who, due to their specialist training, knowledge and experience, and their familiarization with the relevant standards, are able to assess the work to be carried out and detect any potential hazards. Example, the task can be distributed as shown in the following table. Work on the electrical and mechanical equipment of the industrial robot may only be carried out by specially trained personnel. That's it for today's video. In the next video, we'll continue this chapter.